Hi, my name is Juan from Kayak Fish PA, and I teach kayak fishing classes on the Susquehanna and Juniata rivers in Pennsylvania. If you want to learn more about what I do in my kayak fishing classes, go to kayakfishpa.com. Again, that's kayakfishpa.com. I said today that the weather's rolling in and it's getting colder, and so we're going to talk about dressing for cold weather kayak fishing and how you should approach that as a kayak angler. The first thing that I want to talk about is really the layer that's closest to your body, and that's a layer that we call the wicking layer. That's one of the 3 W's of dressing for cold weather kayaking. So the wicking layer, in my case, I use a WoolCore by Kokatat, and I use the bottom WoolCore, and I also use the long sleeve top WoolCore by Kokatat. It's a great piece of equipment. It will wick away the moisture from your skin and then keep your skin drier while you're out there paddling and fishing, and it will keep you from getting cold. So that's the wicking layer. The next layer that I want to talk about is the warmth layer. That's the next layer up from the wicking layer. And what I use for my warmth layer is actually a brand new solution made by Kokatat, and it's called Habanero suit. Basically, it provides a lot of insulation for your body underneath your dry suit. I've come to really like it. I've been using it since spring, and those that know me know that I don't talk a lot about things unless I've had time to really use them in depth and see how they work. And I really enjoy using the Habanero suit. It's a one-piece suit, so obviously you don't get that draft in your back because everything's one piece. It's got some really great features to it that I want to talk about as a warmth layer. Number one, it's got some lighter material here in certain areas where you get a lot of heat trapped, and so that helps dissipate some of that heat out into your suit, but also keeps you from sweating underneath, which again, sweating typically leads to getting colder faster. It's got a zip front here, so it completely zips up the front of the suit. I've got the sleeves inside out because I was out on the water yesterday with this. So you can see it's got the zip right up the front here, and then a nice comfortable collar. It's got a little zipper pocket in case you want to keep a little bit of something in there, your keys or something close to you. Obviously it's got a little relief piece in the front here, and then in the back it's even got a drop seat where you can open it up, a drop seat in the back. And then also what I like too is around the cuffs, it uses that heat dissipating material, again around your ankles and so forth. It also makes it easier and thinner so you can slide into your booties a lot better. So this is the Habanero suit by Kokatat. I'll put a link in the video so you can go check it out. It's something I've been using since early spring this year, and then I'm using it obviously into the winter now. And it's a really great piece of equipment. It keeps me warm while I'm out there, and it keeps me fishing a lot. So the last layer we're going to talk about, the third W, is the weather layer. This is probably one of the most important layers when you're out there cold weather kayak fishing, and that really should be a dry suit. Anytime you're paddling in water under 60 degrees, or you're paddling when the air temperatures and the water temperatures added together combined are 120 degrees or less, then you should be in a dry suit. And so this is a dry suit by Kokatat that I use, and it's an angler edition of their dry suit. And basically I like it a lot because it's got a front zipper entry, it's got a drawstring around the waist to adjust it so it fits you better. It's got a relief zipper so you don't have to disrobe when you come off the side of the river and you have to relieve yourself. And then you don't have to get cold, right? You let all the heat. And down at the bottom here, you've got feet, right? And then you've got cuffs that are adjustable, which is nice too to keep it tight around your ankles. And so this is a dry suit. And again, you should be wearing a dry suit anytime that you're in the water and you're fishing in cold water conditions. It's just a much, much safer setup. Now we're going to talk about extremities and how I dress to keep my extremities warm when I'm out there kayak fishing. The first thing is my feet. I really like to keep my feet nice and dry and warm, and to be able to do that, I typically use merino wool socks underneath my dry suit. So I'm going to put on just one pair of merino wool socks. I don't want to make it so tight around my feet that I constrict my blood flow. That's going to make me get colder faster. So what I try to do is get a really nice pair of merino wool socks, and just wear one pair of socks. Over top of my booties on my dry suit, what I'm going to wear typically, and I just started wearing these in the spring this year, are the guide booties by Kokatat. I really like them a lot. When you're trying to get your feet into a dry, your boots on over top of a dry suit, sometimes it's a little bit difficult because it's tight or whatever. And so I like the zipper here. You can loosen up, you can slip your foot in and then zip it right up, and it seems to go on nice and slick and easy. One of the other things I do is typically try to use something to keep my head and my neck warm, and so you know, just a standard knit cap on my head. So this is the knit cap that I wear right here. Beanie goes over my ears. I use a neck gaiter that's made of fleece, great for covering up your ears and your neck. You don't realize that a lot of times when that wind's blowing and you're out there sitting in your kayak fishing in the wintertime, you lose a lot of heat that way, and so this neck gaiter really helps you keep the heat in, and it makes me feel like I could fish a lot longer and stay warmer. For my hands, typically what I use is fleece, just simple, cheap fleece wool gloves. These are probably like $5 to $6 a pop, and I can keep about 4 or 5 of these on hand while I'm fishing. And so if my hands get wet and I start to feel my hands getting cold, I'll actually just switch these out, throw these back in my dry bag, and pull out another dry pair, and I'm ready to go. I feel nice and warm again, and I'm ready to get back to fishing. So that's how I handle some of the things dealing with the extremities and some other add-on things I use in my cold weather system. Again, cold weather system, really the core of that's going to be your wicking layer, your warmth layer, and your weather layer, which is your dry suit over top.